The youth agenda that we are discussing today is a defining issue of our time, and nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. When Generation Unlimited, in short GenU, was established in 2018, none of us could have possibly anticipated the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic that would come 2 years later. GenU's 4 work streams, which is connectivity to schools, scaling online and remote learning platforms, encouraging entrepreneurship skills, and lastly, supporting young people as change makers, speaks directly to the actions that we need to support the world's 1.8 billion young people to recover and to rebuild from COVID-19. And in the longer term, to also equip them to become productive workers and global citizens. Further, the GenU's broad-based partnership platform has enabled us to bring together public, private, as well as youth partners to strengthen coordination and impact of the many youth initiatives in all our countries. I want to applaud UNICEF, especially you, my dear friend Henrietta, and all GenU partners for a timely and very visionary initiative. The pandemic has temporarily set back our ambitions for GenU vision of ensuring that young people aged between 10 and 24 are either in education, training, or employment by the year 2030. Globally, schools for more than 168 million children have been closed for almost a year due to the COVID-19 lockdowns. Young people have lost jobs, livelihoods, and others have been exposed to personal risks such as teenage pregnancies, as well as alcohol and drug abuse. But the pandemic has also catalyzed innovation and boldness and heightened the relevance of the GenU vision. And let me illustrate this with just 2 of GenU's work streams. First, connectivity and universal access to digital options. The pandemic has revealed that while some learners were able to continue learning through the digital platform, many were not. In partnership here in Kenya with UNICEF and ITU GIGA initiative, we are steadily connecting schools to the internet and leveraging on more than 1 million devices that my administration has distributed to schools. But we need to exponentially expand connectivity in order to reach every child and ensure effective learning through our digital platforms. And I wish today to invite all our partners to join us in expanding this program, not just here in Kenya, but globally. Young people are indeed change makers, and they have shown this. They have shown amazing resilience and eagerness to seek solutions. In a later session today, you will hear from a 2020 GenU Youth Challenge winner from Kenya, Mr. Calvin Shikuku Odhiambo, who was the leader and the team leader of an award-winning Green Project initiative in one of our informal settlements. He is amongst other Kenyans, including a group of 16 university students who designed locally made ventilators and were recognized as UN Persons of the Year in the year 2020. I believe that we can give all these young people a chance. They hold the key to recovery, resilience, and also to a sustainable future. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, allow me just to touch on an initiative that is critical in ensuring that we achieve the GenU vision. Together with the United Kingdom, the Global Partnership for Education is without doubt the largest multi-stakeholder partnership and funding platform for education in developing countries. The United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson and myself are co-hosting a replenishment campaign, and we are attempting to raise $5 billion for GPE over the next 5 years. The campaign will culminate in a GPE financing summit that will be held later in the United Kingdom between July the 28th and 29th of this year, and I want to invite all of you to join us at this summit and harness the GenU platform to mobilize resources to help countries reimagine and rebuild education systems for a more resilient world. Finally, let me say what a great pleasure it is to welcome my dear friend, President Mokgweetsi Masisi of the Republic of Botswana, and our brother, Alexander de Croo, Prime Minister of Belgium, to the GenU Leadership Group. I warmly welcome you to this group that talks of today's generation, not tomorrow's, today's generation. And to you, my brothers, I ask that we join hands to prepare our young people to deal with the challenges not just of today, but look into a brighter and better future for all. I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
A really good shot. I'm delighted to be appointed a GenU global leader as my two brothers.
Your involvement in this is really important. I know Henrietta lobbies the committee.
We are really working hard on vaccines, and we are really working hard on education.
I believe the rest of the developed world needs to really step in order to ensure that the rest of us are not left behind in this.
As you're participating here today. On behalf of Henrietta and myself, as co-chairs of the GLC, as well as Alan, our chair of the board of GenU, which were touched on briefly as many of you are starting to join the call, but also around the issue of our youth, the concerns around education, the necessary need to match skills and educated individuals.
So it is my pleasure to introduce 4 leaders who will begin this session and on youth and what skills they need. So we will turn first to President Kenyatta, and third we will be speaking with His Excellency Mokgweetsi, and then Gordon Brown, who all of you know, magnificent, eloquent leader for education for our world. But why don't we turn to your brother in Botswana? So President Masisi, power of your office, but also your own knowledge that the next generation, this generation, as President Kenyatta has described it,
As youth champions. And I want to assure in this very brief introduction, I want to assure everybody present is so important because during the course of this year, at the G7, the G20, at the United Nations, at IMF and World Bank meetings,
that we want to reach every child in every corner of the world. It will change their lives. It will change the course of the world.
Thank you, Bob, and thanks Henrietta and Alan, and of course, very delighted having here the ESM have contributed to that via the World Food Programme. But I think we need to switch from food help and all kinds of imported goods to help to local production and local successes in Africa.
Thank you very much, and to those that are listening, please help us and join the cause that Feike has put forth here today. I would ask for each of the youth, as well as our future participants that are speaking this evening,
from a place where people under the age of 25 constitute nearly 1/2 of Kosovo's population.
You brought up this at a very, very special moment. It is often said, knowledge is power.
Overseas, honorable guests, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from South Africa.
Is a clear representation, the commitment to ensure meaningful youth participation in decision making.
of what GenU is trying to accomplish in partnership with many of the corporate and government organizations that are represented here today. Actually doing with their initiatives to try to actually gain scale and impact, similar to what you just heard from the individuals.
European